Today's topic is about redox potential and electron transport chain. So first we will look about redox. So simple, the word redox that is made up of the combination of two different reactions, that is reduction and oxidation. So combinedly this reduction and oxidation, you can remember that as a redox. So in detail of that redox potential we will look. So redox potential of a system is the electron transfer potential. Further, oxidation is defined as the loss of electron, while reduction is considered as a gain in electron. Oxidation and oxygenation is quite different, you have to remember. When a substance exists both in the reduced state as well as in the oxidized state, this molecule or pair of that molecule is called a redox couple. So different redox couple that also you are knowing already, that is simple NAD plus, NADH, FAD plus and FADH2. They are called a redox couple. So one is oxidized and another one that is reduced state of the molecule. So negative and positive redox potential in that when a substance has lower affinity for electrons than hydrogen, it has a negative redox potential. So lower affinity for the electron than hydrogen, so negative redox potential. Further, if the substance has a positive redox potential, it has a higher affinity for the electron than hydrogen. So simple, positive redox potential means more affinity to the electron. Negative redox potential means low affinity for the electron. Thus NADH, a strong reducing agent, has a negative redox potential, whereas a strong oxidant like oxygen has a positive redox potential. So because of that high redox potential of oxygen, it has a higher affinity for the electron. So substrate level phosphorylation, and that is also based on that redox potential. Now this positive and negative redox potential in this here NADH, that is point minus 0.32, and for the oxygen that is plus 0.82. That is a very important value, and it is very useful to understand electron transport chain that we will look later on in this video. So first, substrate level phosphorylation. Here the energy from a high energy compound is directly transferred to a nucleoside diphosphate, that is NDP, nucleoside diphosphate, to form a triphosphate molecule, that is NTP, without the help of electron transport chain. So without using of that electron transport chain or ETC, direct substrate level phosphorylation is occurring. Now, some example of that substrate level phosphorylation like bisphosphoglycerate kinase, pyruvate kinase, as well as succinate thiokinase, that already we have seen in a TCA cycle. Further, the different redox potential of a different redox pair is given here. So lowest one, that is minus 0.32 for the NAD plus and NADH, and highest one for the oxygen molecule. So oxygen have a plus 0.82. Now intermediate, that is FMN, cytochrome B, cytochrome Q, cytochrome C and cytochrome A. Now this sequence is also maintained when electron is transferred from one molecule to the another. Simply how that different complex of ETC and this electron transport, that is also based on this redox potential of that different molecule. So you have to remember at present that NAD plus and NADH, that pair have a minus 0.32, while oxygen have highest, that is point plus 0.82. So mostly electron is transferred from this each and every molecule to lastly to the oxygen, which have a highest redox potential. Further, about biological oxidation, the transfer of electron from the reduced coenzyme, that coenzyme like NADH, FADH2, so through the respiratory chain to oxygen. So we have seen that mostly NADH to oxygen is electron is transported, and that is occur in the respiratory chain. So oxygen is lastly getting electron, and this process is considered as biological oxidation. Simple reduced coenzyme like NADH, FADH2 transporting electron to the oxygen in respiratory chain or electron transport chain, and that is considered a biological oxidation. Now, during this process, energy released during this process, and this energy is trapped as a ATP. So this coupling of oxidation means biological oxidation is coupled with the ATP formation, and that ATP formation with called as a phosphorylation. So this combined reaction, oxidation and ATP formation, that is phosphorylation, these two combinedly called as a oxidative phosphorylation. So first oxidation is occurring, biological oxidation occurring, and later on ATP formation. So combinedly these two reaction is called a oxidative phosphorylation. So in the body, this oxidation is carried out by successive step of dehydrogenation. So that will be explained in the electron transport chain. So basically in this ETC, the electron flow occurs through successive dehydrogenase enzymes, together known as a electron transport chain. So ETC is divided in a different four complexes. The electron flow from electronegative potential NADH minus 0.32 to electropositive potential, so lastly getting by the oxygen, that is plus 0.82. The free energy change between NAD plus and water is equal to 53 kilocalorie per mole. So during that electron transport, that much of energy is generated, that is 53 kilocalorie per mole. This is so great that if this much energy is released at one stretch, body cannot utilize it. Simple, energy is generated, suppose, but at that time energy is not needed by the cell, so we have to keep a storage. So temporary storage or for the permanent storage of that energy, a molecule is needed. So during biological oxidation, that energy is released, and that energy need to be storage, and for the storage purpose another molecule, that is ATP, will be utilized. Hence, with the help of electron transport chain assembly, the total energy change is released in a small increments so that energy can be trapped as a chemical bond energy, that is ATP. Simple, during biological oxidation, electron is transported from NADH to oxygen, energy is released. That much of energy, suppose at that time cell is not needed, but as per the requirement of the cell, that energy is needed for different anabolic process. So this energy which is released in biological oxidation, that is trapped in the chemical bond form, and that is ATP. So these combine biological oxidation and ATP, that is phosphorylation, so that is called oxidative phosphorylation. So that's all about the importance related to the redox potential and electron transport chain.